Okay, so this is the more practical component of this part of our evening. I'm going to kind of just show you how we can apply a lot of the stuff that Michael spoke about in our Torah learning, how it can enhance our Torah learning, and what could be some dangers of using ChatGPT and learning Torah. All right, so I've been using it a lot. Haven't you seen my stuff improve over the recent? No, it's joking. No, but so I'm going to show you like where I think it's helpful, where I think it's not helpful. Okay, let's just like so the first piece where it can be helpful is for ideas. So I'm gonna 1 second. So it's literally going to go into ChatGPT and show you a new chat. Okay, what's the parsha? Let's do parsha up at Midbar. Parsha up at Midbar. I'm in ChatGPT right now. Give me ideas for a Dvar Torah. Let's say 10 ideas. Okay. Now, okay, counting that counts. It gives you some details. Structure precedes revelation. Everyone has a place. They're all encamped around the Mishkan. So some is basic, some's different, some's advanced. How this can be helpful is, first off, sometimes you just don't have an idea. So you can come to ChatGPT and you're looking for an idea on the park, looking for somebody to share your Shabbos table. It can help you generate some ideas. Doesn't mean you're going to use its idea, but you can bounce its idea off of your ideas and come up with a different idea. That's just like one example of kind of generating ideas. So provided 10 ideas hidden in the wilderness. Why was the Torah given in a desert? It's a good question. So that's kind of one direction of going with ideas. Another way to go is you can mash up ideas. What does that mean? Connect the parsha with parallel parking. Yeah. Great prompt. See, it likes it. Parallel parking and parsha up in more. Knowing your space. Ever try parallel parking in a tight spot? It's all about knowing exactly where you are, being aware of your surroundings, and fitting into your space without colliding with others. Okay, so you can mash up ideas. Here's another one. Is this your account? Yeah, this is my account. I have a pay. Yeah. So correct. It has I have like a paid membership, not the most advanced one, but like the kind of the basic one, but it's paid. And so it does know my interest at this point because it's been recording it. And a lot of times it'll kind of feed me things that are relevant for me. So I don't know how that's indicative of that. You have never put in parallel parking before. No. Okay. Okay. Sermons.
Yeah, I'll just share real quick. So if you log in to a free account, it will save your conversation. So you don't have to have it as paid. You just have to log in. All right. And it'll say that when you go, the first thing you do when you go into any AI, it will say if you log in, it'll remember.
Okay, so thank you. So I'm going to ask it. This is Rabbi Wahlberg's sermon from Shabbat. Sometimes I'll have a sermon. I'm not happy with my title. So I'll be like, hey, ChatGPT, offer me ideas for a title. So here's offer a new title. That's actually 5 options. This is Rabbi Wahlberg's sermon from Shabbat. Counted and counted on. Reflecting on the dual meaning of the senses. Value. So it's giving me. Wait, I didn't put in the link. I did actually. Okay. Okay, here's new titles for Rabbi Wahlberg's sermon from this past Shabbat. Okay. Raising the reflections of national and spiritual unity, leadership in the past unity, insights from Rabbi Wahlberg. Not the most creative title, but I'm just giving you an example. So like sometimes you're looking for a title for something, at least for me, that's helpful. Kind of finding a title, a summary, summarizing stuff. Now,
where do you put the link? Where?
Into the Ask Anything part.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. So that's one piece. Another piece is editing. Editing is an area where it can be very helpful if you're writing a Dvar Torah. Okay, so let's take this paragraph. Rabbi Wahlberg's sermon. Edit. Come again?
So when writing articles, you ask ChatGPT to edit that article.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm going to talk about that.
That's rather than the place.
So it's showing me, yeah, we're going to talk about that. So it's showing me the different corrections that it made. You can take a piece of writing and you can plug it in. It can help you edit it. You don't have to accept its results, but it can be helpful in terms of your writing. Another area where it can could do a spell check for you. Sometimes I'll run things through, through Microsoft Word spell check, or run it through here, spell check. Another area where it can be helpful is with Hebrew. So let's take a paragraph in Hebrew. Hebrew. Let's take a paragraph in Hebrew. It can translate. It can translate it in a very quick amount of time. Okay, so we're going to talk about how accurate this is, and if you want to, you need. I'll tell you up front. You need some sort of discernment when it comes to this. Did this come out good? Anybody read this? Did it come out pretty clear? So sometimes it'll translate. I'm already telling you the kind of later part of the talk. Sometimes I'll put in stuff. It'll translate it for me, sometimes there's some parts that are very not accurate, and it could be one word. It can change the meaning of something completely. So you really have to kind of review it. You need a person reviewing what it spits out. Another thing that can be.
But hold on, if you need somebody to check it, what good is the translation? Now you're gonna have to know the Hebrew to check it.
Correct. I'm saying correct. You do need somebody to check to make sure that it's okay. I mean, for somebody at least for somebody like myself who knows Hebrew, it's extremely valuable because I don't have to sit. I used to have to sit on my source sheets and literally translate every single word. So you should show it to somebody who knows. I mean, it's not perfect. There's mistakes that happen, hallucinations, like Michael spoke about. Another area where it can be helpful is add vowels. That's a big one because right? So they're not always precise also, but overall it's pretty good. So you can get vowels you can take any text, plug it in, it can give you vowels as well if it's difficult for you to read without vowels or if you're making a source sheet. Okay. What? Yeah, well, you can ask it for sources. So I'll show on the prompt part, I'll show you that, okay? For learning, you can use it as a search engine, okay? So for instance, give me, please, Dvar Torahs from Zelig Pliskin. I like his Torah on Parashat Bamidbar. Here's where offer links and say a quick summary, okay? So sometimes you want to gather commentary from one rabbi on the Parsha from different places on the internet. It can do that for you. It's searching the web. Here are two insightful Dvar Torahs, okay? It brings me the source here. It brings me a link that I need. Okay, do this for Rabbi Sachs. You don't even have to write out the whole thing. It knows what you're writing. Okay, so it's going to bring me on. So if you're looking for stuff on the Parsha, you can go Parshat Bamidbar, whoever your favorite rabbi is, Rabbi Yogev, Rabbi whoever, you plug it in, and it'll give you like a whole collection of Divrei Torah. Okay, it'll give you a link if you ask it for a link. If you ask it for creamer and sugar, it'll give you that. If not, it won't give you it unless it knows your patterns. Okay, so I spelled Rabbi Sachs wrong. It's spelling it right. Yeah, that's how you spell it. I know, but it doesn't matter because it still knows what I'm saying. I'm serious. I'm like, I get so lazy. I don't even type in the right thing and it still knows what I'm doing. Okay. So another area, so it can help also. I don't know if this is super helpful for you in your life, but like, it's interesting. Sometimes you can get it to, give you really, it can make good graphics as well. So here's like I was doing something with Jacob's ladder. I asked it for a picture of a ladder going to heaven, and you can keep editing it too. Look, draw a picture of Jacob's ladder. Thank you. Okay, draw without the angels. Okay, better. Remove the angel on top as well. Remove the wings on the top of the ladder. Okay, and so I'm slowly getting to what I want. Draw a ladder going into heaven. So that was the final thing. And I use this for a source sheet. What's good about this is it's not copyrighted. You can just use it and you don't have to gather it, take it from anywhere. So it's just a helpful thing when it comes to that. Now, this is a little bit of how to use the internet. Now, I want to show you how to use Chat-GPT. I want to show you what are some helpful prompts that I found to be helpful as Michael shared, the prompts are extremely important when it comes to your searching through ChatGPT. First thing is try to be as specific as you can, as Michael said. I asked it, what are some good prompts for me? Because sometimes I'll ask it a question and it'll start elaborating so much. Like, I don't need all that. Just give me the bottom. I don't, also ChatGPT sometimes becomes a commentator. And you can find that, I find that quite frustrating. I don't want your opinion. I don't want you to gather information and give me your take on it. So I try to remove all that and just get my information from it. So I asked it, what's the language I can use? They said, no assumptions, no hedging, no fillers, just facts. So I've just been plugging that in recently, and it's giving me details as opposed to it frame. Sometimes it'll frame details for you based on its own gathering of data, and that framing is not accurate, not doesn't align with the actual texts. So here's ways to remove all that chatter. I like to use bring sources and links, no explanation. So I can, if I'm looking for links, I'm trying to use it as a search engine. That's a helpful prompt. I like to say just bring something in bullet point format so I can get a list. I do so when if I put something in, I want it to edit, like I'll write it to our Torah for like a young family email or whatever, and it's like a paragraph or so. I want my stuff to be what it is, but I want it to edit it a little bit. So I'll say leave it intact, but polish it or edit it a little bit. And sometimes it'll offer a few word changes. I don't have to accept them. Sometimes they're helpful, sometimes they're not. Sometimes when I'm doing I found that I've asked it double check and triple check. Sometimes it'll find stuff that it didn't find when you're editing in the first time. So I sometimes just double check it, triple check it, and I'll find something that it didn't find beforehand. Another thing that can be helpful is you can ask it to use my voice. Like if you're writing something, it knows my voice at this point because, and you said even if you're not paying a paid membership, it can know your voice. So at a certain point, it's helpful. Like if I'm writing something up, I need like a line or something. I can be like, offer a concluding line in my voice. I don't always accept it, but sometimes it's helpful. Sometimes sometimes it's helpful, sometimes it's not. But it can be a little bit better in terms of like you getting to your desired result. And then we talked about thank you and please. I have found actually when I write thank you and please, I get a little bit more information, but maybe that's just psychological. I don't know. But actually it's a huge Torah, the idea of that you should be nice. The whole question around kindness towards animals. Is it for the animal or is it for us? The Ramban and others say it's to train us and how we are as people. You know, how you treat others is how you'll end up treating others as well. So that's mamash Torah. So going on to issues connected to ChatGPT. Okay, so Michael touched on this. Our Torah said, we say in our prayers, give us our portion in your Torah. So we need to have our portion in Hashem's Torah. And at a certain point, two dangers of using ChatGPT for learning. Number one, it can stifle your creative thinking. Like I found at times I start with ChatGPT, like, give me an idea. And I'll start the thinking process. But sometimes like that's not helpful. Sometimes you really need to like rack your brain and go into your own world and find the information there. So I think it's like going to be an interplay going forward where like you rely on yourself, you go back and forth with ChatGPT, similar to how you would do in a discussion with somebody. You can't rely on it. If it stifles your creative thinking, that's like a negative thing. Another thing is, Michael spoke about this as well, losing your voice. It happens a lot of times. Like I'll say like, offer a thought on this idea, on this topic. And I'll offer a thought and like, I just don't feel like it. I feel like it's a nice thought, but it's not me. I don't connect to it. I feel like for myself, when I'm teaching Torah, it has to come from my neshama. It has to come from inside. If it helps me get there, it's awesome. If it doesn't, I'm just sending out information from a machine, and I don't feel like that's authentic when it comes to myself. Yeah.
Well, what prompt do you use to get it to?
I say use my voice. Do it in my voice. I'll show you. Look here.
Also, Michael, there's a couple of things you can do is so as you start to use it, remember, like you can upload
Torah on Shavuot in the voice of give me a popular person.
Bob, you're Trump.
But I'm not going. Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan. One paragraph. I don't need the whole. Okay. Well, the mountain was smoke and the people were shaking. Thunder rolled like a protest drum, and the silence screamed louder. I don't. Probably could put a song, put music to this or whatever. So you can do things in the language of Shakespeare. I don't even have to write out the whole thing in notes. Okay. So I want to continue that. Upon the mount where fire did dance and thunder made its voice, like unto judgment's call, the children of Jacob. That's actually not more Shakespearean. Okay. Lo, upon the dread mount where flame did kiss the cloud and thunder made the heavens quake, the sons of Jacob did gather as sheep before the shepherd's cry. Okay? Okay. It's not bad, right? Okay. So those are two.
Upload like a document that you wrote?
You can. I took Chat-GPT. I wrote a dissertation in Hebrew. I'm looking to translate it. Okay, so I could pay a translator, but I was like, maybe I'm paying $20 to Chat-GPT a month. I mean, I get my money's worth. So I put in, can you translate a 400-page Hebrew document dissertation? Of course. So I tried to like plug it in and it like malfunctioned. But you can, if you do, you can do it in certain ways by like putting in a page at a time, paragraphs at a time. There's ways to do it, and it translates pretty nicely.
Will it rewrite something in English that you?
Yeah, it can totally. You can totally rewrite it. If you're not happy with that rewriting, ask it in a more detailed way to rewrite it differently. Okay. Everybody can. Okay. But here's what you can't, here's what you shouldn't learn from it. Okay. So here's an example. I was driving in my car and we were along the way. It was very bad weather. My wife's like, should we say Tefillah Derech, prayer for for danger along the path while you're going in turbulent weather. And I was like, okay, I'll go to ChatGPT. I'll see if it can give me some sources, some links. It started to give me Psak Halacha. Could give me guidance, halacha on this. Now, Michael spoke about hallucinations. Hallucinations means that ChatGPT sometimes just makes up stuff. It's very dangerous. If you're looking for halacha, you're looking for Jewish thought, it can give you wrong information. You have to always check and double check. If you don't know enough, then you definitely should be going to ChatGPT for direction on these things. So here's an example. I saved the chat here. Okay, can you say Tefillah Derech when it's bad weather? Yes, you can say Tefillah Derech, the traveler's prayer during bad weather. Okay, source. I asked it for its source. I didn't say please. We were in the car. It was very bad weather. Okay, the primary source of the Derech is found in the Talmud. Okay, bring the Mishnah Berurah. It brings the Mishnah Berurah source as the source. As Mishnah Berurah. I say, bring the Mishnah Berurah source. The relevant Mishnah Berurah source. Blah blah blah. Okay. Would you like the full Hebrew text? I wanted to see the Hebrew text. Yes. Okay. Here's the Hebrew relevant passage. Okay. Who explains it this way? I say. And so in the end, it wasn't even the Mishnah Berurah. It was a wrong Mishnah Berurah. The ChatGPT learned from the language of the Mishnah Berurah that this would be what he would say in this situation. Look what he said. Because there is danger on the way. This refers to wild animals or robbers. Because in these times the road is far, one must be concerned lest something unexpected happens or some other misfortune. Therefore, even at this moment, there is no apparent danger, since it is customary for this place to occasionally be dangerous. One must recite the prayer. Where there's occasional danger, one must to recite the prayer. Good. Does that mean that bad weather is included in that? Not at all. So the ChatGPT is extrapolating from the Mishnah Berurah without having years of experience under rabbis to know that you shouldn't do that. It's doing that. So if you just follow it and you didn't do extra searching, you would have got the wrong halacha. And so that's just an example. There's so many examples of this. Another one is this. I was just looking to see how many mitzvot there are in Achrei Mot. Okay, very simple. List the mitzvot in Achrei Mot. Okay, it gave me 10 mitzvahs. List all the mitzvot based on Sefer Chinuch that appear in Achrei Mot. I knew there were many more than that. Oh, okay. Sefer Chinuch, it says it brings me 10. I go, this is wrong. I go, I apologize for the mistake. Okay. And then it gives me the amount, that gives me 6. I go, there are 28 mitzvot based on Sefer Chinuch. Oh, I apologize for any confusion. But after rechecking my sources, I've confirmed that there are indeed 28 mitzvot. Okay. It's just an example. So you always have to check, double check and triple check. And if really if you go this route, you should send it to somebody who knows, so always check the sources. And if it's learning and if it's learning out something from the source, make sure you know that, because it could be quoting a source. You could go to the source and speaks about it, but not be speaking accurately about it. It might be extrapolating and developing its own approach to it. So those are some dangers with ChatGPT. I was writing a sermon. I did the sermon on the Charoset sermon on Pesach. I was looking for the source on great is the one who causes a mitzvah, who causes someone else to do a mitzvah, than the one who does the mitzvah themselves. It gave me a source. I was so excited. I was happy because I didn't have to search. It gave me a completely fabricated source. And I was like, I looked it up. I was like, I want this. I want to put it in my sermon. I looked it up. I was like, it's not there. Sota 10b. I go, it's not there. Oh, so sorry. 10a. Go, good. It's not there either. Oh, no. Baba Batra 9. Okay, thank you. So it wasn't that critical in that sense because I didn't quote my sources in my sermon, but I'm just giving you an example that.
But in the end, it stayed with the source.
In the end, it helped me find the source. Well, I knew that source. I was looking for where it was from. So, okay. So some reflections on this overall. Oh yeah, correct. So thank you. This is Rabbi Goldstein's picture that he sent us on our WhatsApp group in Chat-GPT. We're having a lot of fun with this. So he says, give me a picture of the Basamim Rosh. Okay, the Basamim Rosh was what time period was he? It was a author.
The late 1700s.
Late 1700s. So I guess you wanted to know if there's a picture of him out there. Okay. So what did it give us? It gave us it translated the Hebrew. Bisamim means spices. Rosh means head. So it gave us someone with spices on their head and a yarmulke. Okay. So I'm just showing you the graphics are awesome. The more precise you are, as Michael said, the better results you're going to get. If you tell someone to go bring me my coffee, they might bring you a latte when you really want an espresso. So. Okay, just two reflections on this. You're going to hear more reflections in Rabbi Posner's discussion with Michael and also with Rabbi Goldstein's class. So there's texts in our tradition which speak about how in the Messianic times things are going to be easier for us. Okay, there's going to be wisdom and knowledge spread throughout the world. I'm not a prophet. I don't know if this is bringing the Mashiach or this is a sign of earlier stages of Mashiach, but I intuitively feel that something's going on here. The fact that there's going to be, this is the Rambam, he speaks about how in the future the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the Lord. There'll be nor famine nor war. Well, perhaps through all of our advances with AI, we'll be able to solve a lot of our problems with famine. Health issues hopefully our health situation might be improved. Perhaps we'll have less time spent on that. We'll have more time to really come close to Hashem and expand our knowledge. So perhaps this is kind of moving us forward to that direction. I think it is. I think it's moving us forward to that direction. If it's used the right way, it can be extremely dangerous as well. Like any great tool has potential for greatness and potential for very bad things as well. One more thing is, so with AI, I just showed you, it can prepare it to our Torah, prepare a sermon. It can create a picture of spices in somebody's head. It can do a lot of things. So are rabbis out of their job? Well, obviously I'm going to say no. Okay. But I think there's a real great place for rabbinic presence and experience in the AI world. First of all, the heart and soul. When you talk to AI, it can always give you positive feedback, but you can't feel a beating heart. You can't feel someone's spirit, their energy there with you in your tough times and your positive times. You need the personal human touch, and that's what a human can offer. Also, what I talked about, the final word, is like in the end, you need somebody to kind of go through these sources and see if they're accurate or not. Like, Chat-GPT down the road will be able to write full response on topics. Will it be the correct direction or not? You need someone who's steeped in tradition to really kind of analyze that and make sure it's okay. That's the idea of tradition. And also Kol Torah. So every rabbi, every individual who sat in yeshiva and sat with rabbis for many years, they developed their own Kol Torah, their own Kol Torah, I would say, their own opinion, their own unique approach that connects to their neshama. We need that. We need people developing their own approaches based on their neshama. And so I think, as Michael said, AI has immense potential to help us. It's supposed to be our assistant. It's not supposed to stand in place of us as individuals and us as rabbis and Torah learners as well. Thank you.